Well, for more analysis of what the turmoil in Egypt means for the country and the Middle East as a whole, we're now joined by Gennaro Gervasio. He's a senior lecturer at Macquarie University. He joins us live from Sydney. So, Gennaro, first of all, you just came back from Cairo, where you met with and spoke with opposition leaders there. What can you tell us about what they want here?
Well, good morning. Yes, I got back from Cairo about 1 week ago, where I was teaching at the American University, and I've been also looking at the beginning of the movement. And the reasons behind it are mostly economic reasons and desperation, and the movement has been mostly spontaneous and made by the youth, the impoverished youth. And therefore, this is why I think once the movement has exploded, it will be very difficult that they will accept the very little that President MUBARAK has offered in his speech last night.
So they're unlikely to be happy with MUBARAK sticking around until September. What can you tell us, though, specifically about this movement? Is it religious in any way? Is there a danger here that we could see the country move down a more extremist path?
Well, I don't think so, because the so-called extremists, they were not part of the movement when the big demonstration was called the 25th. The Muslim Brotherhood, which, by the way, are all but extremists at the moment, at least, they did not join. They only came in 2 days later, and they have been having a very low profile in the last month. Plus, when they decided to join, participate into the election for the parliament last November, you know, they lost some credibility and support. I mean, I think that at the moment it's very difficult to say which direction should be, but I know for sure that the promoters of the demonstrations, they are aiming to a peaceful transfer of power towards the people's will, and so they were aiming for a sort of transition period to prepare the country to redraw the constitutional charter and enforce for the first time a democratic debate, and to prepare the country for the first free and fair elections.
Now, we're already seeing protests breaking out across the Middle East. We've got Syria, Jordan, Bahrain. As an expert on the region, what can you tell us about why this surprised the world, why this crept up on us here?
Well, in fact, I think that actually it's been the Tunisian example that had set all the rest in fire, because most of the population, I mean, of course you have to distinguish, Arab countries are not all the same, and there are several differences in the political structure, but what is true is that in many of these countries, it was only fear that prevented population for explosion. Plus, there is another thing to be said. Since Egypt is the most populous country in the area, it's about one Arab out of 4 is Egyptian. Whatever happens in Egypt, it will impact all the other countries, including countries like Syria, which were considered the most stable country in the Arab world. It's, you know, the rage is there, the dissatisfaction is there, and it was the fear of repression and of the security apparatuses. Once Tunisia showed that it was possible for the people to reclaim the streets and, you know, and have change from below, then I think we don't know which way it's going to end up.
Okay, Gennaro Gervasio, we thank you very much for joining us there from Macquarie University in Sydney.